Hey there, friends. Welcome to your weekly energy update. Good to see you again this week. We've got some very interesting movements happening in the coming days. It looks like a very clarifying week, a week where maybe even a karmic pattern that's been with you for a while starts to raise into awareness in a new way and can be transformed. It's almost the image that I keep getting is like something that you haven't known has been blocking your view of your future. You didn't even know necessarily that that's what's been blocking your view, starts to dissolve so that you can see into what's happening next and what you want to do next and what life is likely to bring you next. So, all around, really good things as far as I can tell. Going to hop in just a second. You can jump on my email list if you're not on there already for more of my content, some of my readings, information about what I'm up to, all that good stuff. So let's take a look at your first card for this week ahead. Our first card is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is about, excuse me, the Ace of Swords is about a clarity of thinking, clarity of insight, new ideas that come forward, that come into your awareness. For some of you, this might look like having a flash inspiration, an idea that comes through that just gets you totally inspired, totally interested. For others, this can be an insight into a situation in your life where you can sort of breathe a sigh of relief, where you go, oh, now I get it. Now I understand what's going on. Now, if you know anything about the entire arc of the sword, the minor arcana sword, uh, the minor arcana sword deck, you know that there are a lot of cards in there that are really challenging cards. Most of them are rather negative, and it's because it's representative of our mind. And the mind is the minefield of challenges and of suffering and of misperception. So much of the struggle that we have in life comes from us overthinking about things or perceiving things in the wrong way or identifying with our thoughts versus the larger context of who and what we are. That being said, the Ace of Swords is fresh. It's clear. It's like a lightning strike of, I get it. It's a breath of fresh air. So this week, you're likely going to see a change in the pattern of how you're relating to things, of how you're thinking about things. It might be that you move from a pessimistic perspective or maybe sort of some internal beating up of yourself into an optimistic perspective. You're starting to see the things around you through the lens of like, oh, this is okay. This is going to work. You start being grateful for what's showing up around you. And this is emphasized to some degree by your second card for the week, which is our Justice card. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a relationship here. There's prominently shown as the sword of justice, and it's one single sword, just like here. And the sword of justice is about that clarifying edge of the blade. It's what differentiates truth from falsehood. It's what differentiates wrongdoing from positive doing. It's this like clear, sharp judgment. It's clarifying a situation. So the justice card in general tends to speak about larger movements and patterns that are moving towards balance. Now, these tend to be things that are not necessarily in our control completely. They can even be very impersonal. Think of something like getting an illness, and it's like this illness happens to be hereditary. You don't know why you happen to be somebody that has that illness. And then you don't necessarily know why you've been cured by that from that illness. It's these larger things, or a opportunity comes your way as a result of a much larger process happening in the background. Like one person gets fired over here and it opens up the market over on this side. And then for some reason you happen to be there and there's an opening for you. Another way of thinking this is if you've had something that's been done to you, or you've been on the other end of an injustice, like somebody has committed a crime against you, or you've experienced some seriously unfair action of some kind. The Justice card is symbolic of this, the karmic swing coming back to neutral. So this is a possibility of something that you've been struggling with or dealing with coming back to neutral, coming back to a balanced place. Now, generally, what this looks like is it looks like something that's a bit out of your control, but because of this insight card, this beautiful Ace of Swords that's showing up, it's possible that you're going to have some sort of understanding that opens up a new possibility or a new potential for you. You might begin to look at yourself, you might look at your circumstances through a very new lens. It's also totally possible that you have an insight or a realization that solves a problem in your life, solves a legal problem that you've been dealing with, solves a relationship problem, solves a work problem. Something might come in that you go, oh, I can look at it this way now, or I can relate to this in this particular way, and it opens a door for you. It opens a door in the way that it provides more room for you to see the future. Here we've got our Two of Wands, and you can see our friend here is holding the world in his hand. He's got the world is your oyster sort of situation where it's like there are many new possibilities and potentials. So whatever it is that's going on here, whatever it is that's going on with this beautiful insight, whatever it is that's going on with this balancing out of a cosmic karmic movement, is clearing the screen. It's making new possibilities conscious for you. You go, oh, look at all these different ways that I can take things. You also might notice that he's looking out over the horizon. He's taking stock of what's possible next. He's looking at, where do I want to go? Do I want to head out this direction? Do I want to go this direction? So you might feel sort of untethered or unshackled by these events that could be showing up this week. And these could be things that are quite blatant. They could also be very subtle. It could just be a very gentle change of your thought process that makes you start getting curious, makes you start to get curious about where it is that you could go next. It's like I said, it's kind of like the glass ceiling starts to dissolve a little bit, and you can start getting curious about planning what it is that you want to achieve, planning what your next move is. So altogether, this is a very exciting week. I think that there could be some good positivity that you come out the other end with. You might feel, if you've been feeling overwhelmed, you might feel clear of that. You might start to feel like you've got ground underneath you. You can make moves. There's room to make some cool new decisions. This is a great sign, and I hope you enjoy this reading. Let me know how it resonates for you. Let me know if it lands. And I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Take good care.